as you can see, we're on our way. Once again, good afternoon, everyone. And on behalf of MC, I want to welcome you all aboard the Universal Studios Guided Tour. I hope you'll enjoy yourself. The tour is a lot of fun, interesting, it's informative, and throughout the next couple hours, I'll be telling you what goes on here at the studio. There's a tremendous amount of info about filmmaking itself. Before we get too far, though, I want to quickly run through some important safety rules. The tour, by the way, takes around 2 hours, and after that, we're going to come back to this entertainment center where you'll be able to see the live attractions and all the many shows. But again, I have some safety rules I need to go through. Quite an incredible view of an incredible area, the backlot. You know, we are the only studio in the world that has all this type of space to use as much as we want for exterior shooting. It's kind of like our own backyard. And if you look closely out there, you'll see that there are different locales. There's western areas, tropical areas, little communities, even Hill Valley from the film Back to the Future. And you'll see all of that later. That, by the way, is the San Fernando Valley out there. You can see the Burbank Studios, home of Warner Brothers and Columbia Pictures. In the same direction as NBC's West Coast base. And if you can see the water tower, that's the Walt Disney Studios. Now, we cover over 420 acres in total here at Universal. Most of our space is obviously this backlot here. We'll drive through it.
Please, humans, you have wandered into a silent battle zone. You are now our prisoners. Do not attempt to escape. Move forward immediately, or we will blast you.
Wait, no, hello? Sir? Hi. We're just driving by. We're not... Yeah, we're going to do that. Thank you for sharing that with us. You know what? I think we're going to be captured by a Cylon battle cruiser. Are you okay? Flash photography may not be advised. Hi, how are you? Excuse me, sir.
In the name of the Federation, I demand the release of the humans.
You will not leave this ship alive. Annihilate it.
Get out of here! This ship is going to fall! I can't get the door open! What? Hurry! Get that tram out of here! Thank you.
The house going, I don't think it's going to burn down. It's made of a non-combustible material.
Experimenting with an anti-gravity effect. This is a recreation of a lost Edison kinetoscope. The effect is clear, but can you tell which person here is defying gravity? We've built a replica of Edison's room to show you his secret.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, Edison, he discovered that if you turn a room set on its side and tilt the camera so level with the floor, you can make someone appear to be defying the law of gravity. Our cameras are tilted on the side. If you look at the video, you'll see how we captured the effect. With the help of a friend of ours, what he would do is he'd move each part of the model, in tiny, tiny increments, shooting just one frame of film at a time. Now, weeks and tens of thousands of frames later, the film was finally projected at normal speed. And I'll tell you back then, the results were devastating.
The same technique was used in 1953 by O'Brien's protege, Ray Harryhausen, for the Beast film.
Kansas music. It's from our hit series, Miami Vice. And that is one of our 3 shows that are shot permanently on location. Miami Vice, by the way, shot in Florida. Magnet with Tom Selleck in our studios in Hawaii, and Equalizer is in New York City.
A beautiful, wintry mountain scene. Right? Wrong. It's a miniature. Another special effect of creative movie making. These next scenes are so realistic, it's hard to believe that an actor never placed a foot on these sets. By building miniatures instead of full-size sets, filmmakers can take almost any point of view and create events that would otherwise be too expensive, dangerous, or destructive to shoot. These buildings are part of the most complex miniature set ever constructed. One of 2 built for Steven Spielberg's film 1941. This Pacific Ocean Park set was originally 120 feet by 90 feet. Our stage can only hold 50 feet of it. The greatest effect came when a Japanese submarine blasted the Ferris wheel. It is often too expensive to transport a cast and a crew to a faraway location. These scenes used what film technicians call a traveling mat. It's a technique that allows movie makers to put people and objects into moving scenes in a very realistic way.
E.T. the Extraterrestrial, what a special film. We're going to recreate some of the magic from this film. Now, again, that is a traveling mat process. That has won no less than 5 Oscars and 4 Emmys for their achievements in the science of filmmaking. Well, Nicky's going to help us out. He's on the bicycle all set to go. You're not scared, are you? No, good. When we did E.T., we obviously used film. The film is so expensive and time-consuming to develop, we want to show you the results right away. So today we're going to use videotape. Whenever videotape is used, we call the process chroma key. An important factor of the traveling mat process, whether film or video is used, is a blue background. This color works very well with the technique we're going to use today. Camera's going to be colorblind to blue. Mostly everything blue will disappear. If you look up above on the left, the camera sees Nicky on top of the blue background. To the right, where the camera's doing, making the silhouette. In the middle, the elements are combined. Nicky, you're going to see yourself on TV right there. Now, you're from London, England, right? Whoa. How old are you, Nicky? 11, wow. I guess at the age of 11, you've seen a lot of films, right? Yeah. What is your favorite film of all time? E.T. E.T. Incredible. Thank you so much. Here we go with E.T. and Nicky over the Hollywood Hills. Lights, camera, and action. And Nicky, that's you flying over the hills. But don't smile, you might get bugs in your teeth. Famous sequence from E.T. the Extraterrestrial. The actor that portrayed Ellie was on a bicycle as such here, and they did build it in the background film. Well, that's all the time we have fun for, though. Thank you, Nicky, for helping us. Let's give him a big hand for helping us out.
Welcome to the world of high-technology special effects, where the technicians of visual fantasy create a reality so convincing we can willingly believe in it. Fantastic effects, like the ones you've just seen, are conceived and brought to life by highly specialized motion picture artists using tools like the ones here.
Tool is a harsh word, Robert. Would it be acceptable for me to assume a process in which we create the illusion of spaceships flying through the universe? In motion control, the model never moves. The camera does. As you can see, a computerized camera is now moving the length of the ship against a black background. By adding a field of stars, we now create the illusion of the ship flying through space. Demonstration complete.
You'll also see replicas of the suits worn by the actors. Now, when they did the spacewalk, they performed inside of a soundstage just like this, and they did it in front of a blue background, like the one behind me using our traveling map process. Well, today, Chad and Deanna are all set to go in the spacesuit. Aren't you glad you volunteered? Great. Here's how the story goes. Chad and Deanna, our astronauts there, they have arrived on the ship, the Leonov, and they have established an orbit around Jupiter where a lot of strange things are happening. What their mission is to go from their ship over to the other ship and find out what the world is going on. And to do that, Chad and Deanna are going to perform a spacewalk for us from ship to ship. Gotta go. Ladies and gentlemen, do watch your monitors in front, the live action over the stage, as we now recreate an epic moment from MGM's film 2010.
Do not worry, and most of all, do not look down.
Orlovsky?
Colonel, look ahead of you. Look at Orlovsky. Have no fear for now. There is nowhere to fall.
Nowhere to fall. Right.
All right, gentlemen, we've got a problem. You better pick up some speed and get to Discovery. There's a moving object and it's coming your way.
There! Get to it! Get the floor! Hurry! Hurry! I'm breathtaking!
What's going on out there? Report.
It's torn up! He's been thrown by the meteor! It's moving away from me!
Direction.
Towards Jupiter! He's moving into the gravitational field! I'm going after him!
Don't jeopardize the mission. If you're caught in a pool, you'll die.
I realize the risks. Hang on! Let's get back to the ship.
Yeah. No place to fall, huh?
Okay, so I lied.
Get to the ship. Hurry. Something's going on out there.
Oh my God. It's Jupiter.
It's imploding on itself. Get to the ship. Hurry, we've got to get out of here.
Back aboard the tram. We're joined by Don now. He's our driver. I welcome him, and we're on our way for the rest of our tour. Since we are back on the tram, please don't forget the safety rules. They are important. No smoking, no litter overboard, remain seated, keep your arms length inside the tram, emergency cord at the bottom. You have small children out on the inside seats of the vehicle. Thank you. You know, so many different departments work together in filmmaking. Departments like makeup, wardrobe, lighting, research, painting, all of that. And some of these departments are very prominent in filmmaking. For instance, this is the property department they have. They're responsible for every single prop that you will see on a set. Do you know that a prop can be anything that's not nailed down? It can be something as small as a paperclip. As long as they don't nail it down, it is considered a prop. And inside this building, over 5 million props are housed, and over 200,000 books. Some of the props are expensive at home. We often purchase them at estate auctions. The motor homes, which are dressing rooms for the stars. And you'll also see examples of picture vehicles. We had 17 kit cars last year. See, Luke Gibson. Matter of fact, when our founder, Carl Lemney, was alive, what in the world? Hello? Excuse me, did anyone see the bridge falling apart? The driver's laughing. Wait, thank you. There's a lady in a third car. She's wearing a yellow and red sweater. She saw it falling apart. Don't take... Taking the bridge. Can you swim? Thank you. No. Oh, no. I'm sure I saw it falling apart. Something's going to go on. I can feel it. I'm sure I saw it. But hold on, everyone. Something's going to go on. I can just feel it. Wait. What? Can we do it again? Oh, we won't. It's okay. If you recognize the bridge, it was used in a $6 Million Man, The Bionic Woman, also the series of Boys, which was the late John Eric Hex. Not facades at all. We had lights behind the windows for a night San Francisco for Dirty Harry and Ironside. This was even Hollywood Boulevard in our film Earthquake years ago. You know what's interesting? These buildings here, they look so real. I mean, they look like they're made out of cement or stone. They're not. All they are is very simply foam, rubber, or fiberglass. Now, they look authentic, but if you went up and banged your hand against one of them, I think you'd be surprised. These buildings are real soft to touch. We don't do much paint work or maintenance on any of them until right before we start filming. Here's an interesting street ahead of us. It's called Brownstone Street. Lionel Richie shot that famous 3-minute commercial for a soft drink company on this street 2 years ago. This was used in a sting of Robert Redford, Paul Newman, Andy with Carol Burnett. You might notice one side of the street is business, the other side is residential. That was those who would never have to travel far with the cameras. By the way, on my side of the tram there, that was New York City for Diana Ross, the Lady Sings the Blues. Directly ahead of us, probably the most famous area of the backlot right now. It was Hill Valley for the #1 film of '85 in America, Back to the Future. Made this area look like the 50s for Michael J. Fox, and we transformed it, put it in that parking lot. It was the 1980s, once again, for the film Back to the Future. They wanted me to do that film, but I had to do tours that week. This area is used a lot, though, for film work, because it really has a nice Gregory Peck years ago. Hard to imagine that these buildings are made of a foam cover or fiberglass. That's all they are. We've got a special opportunity. You know what we're going to do? We're going to drive to an old warehouse called the Eagle Warehouse. Inside historical sets, you'll find it interesting. If you got cameras, set them with flash. You'll get a better photo.
Latest word just in. The pattern destruction continues to eat thousands to flee their homes. Police admit they are powerless to stop the enraged beast. But military units are rushing to the scene. Beast was last sighted in 200 blocks of Old Fulton Avenue. We now put live coverage on the scene from our helicopter reporter, Kelly Key. Kelly?
Thank you, Sander. We're now hovering above the wreckage of a crushed L train. The helicopter beside us is searching for... Wait! There's a traveler of people down there. We've got to go down and board them and catch them people on track. We are in danger.
Not a happy person. Thank you, we're going. I don't believe it. Hold on back there, folks. We're getting out of here. He's going to rip the last 2 cars apart. I can feel it. Right. Rick Gregory Peck. You ever saw the film The Incredible Shrinking Woman with Lily Tomlin? You might recognize her shopping cart here to my side. The riverboat is a facade built back in '53 for Mississippi Camp. You're not going to believe this. This lake over here, this lake was the entire Pacific Ocean for the McHale's Navy television series. Ernest Borgnine, Tim Conway, and old PC-73. By the way, if you do hear some explosions, please don't worry about it. There are still explosives left over from McHale's Navy. I don't believe it. Anyway, ahead of us, the Red Sea, inspired from the Ten Commandments. Remember Charlton Heston standing atop the cliff and raising the staff and commanding the waters to part? Well, we do it a bit differently. Excuse me, Waters? Hi, it's Kevin. Would you mind parting for us, please? Oh, thank you so much, and have a pleasant day. We're going to drive right to the center of the Red Sea. Look ahead. That is our tropical locale. It was the island of Bora Bora for Tales of the Gold Monkey with Roddy McDowell. It was also Gilligan's Island, the television movie based on the series. You'll see some of the original huts and a portion of the lagoon on your left. And by the way, since we're going to go through the Red Sea, we do ask that you all remain seated now, though. That's for your own safety. It's also a fire hazard. If you're standing, I'll be fired. So if you could just have a chair for a minute.
You get wet. You get wet.
Look, notice that all the plants around us here are nailed to platforms or in pots. That's so they can be easily transported around the lot. The Greener Department does a lot of work out here. Here's a bit of history on my side, the jungle area. This was part of the jungle for the very first Tarzan film with Alma Lincoln many years ago. And as we come around the bend, on my side of the tram, you'll see some green A-frames with greenery on them. They're called portable forests. We use them all the time in filmmaking to cover up parts of our lot that we don't want the camera to see. You may have heard about the recent fire that took place in one of our historical areas of the backup. That explains some of the change over there to your left. Thank goodness some of the area has been restored. When the cobblestones are there, that's where Lana Turner did the famous film Madam X, the European locale for her. Shirley MacLaine filmed out this past year, so we've seen some Out on a Limb. Based on her book, she played herself in that. Has John heard? No. So many different areas of the backlot. We're very fortunate to have our backlot because it does help us a lot, so we don't always have to go one location. There's the Tower of London on here, which was also printed into the area and have an earthquake. Western much, but I want to show you something that's interesting. Notice one side of the street, the doors are small. On the other side, the doors are a little larger. When it has been dedicated to the late John Wayne, who worked at Universal for many, many years. There's Denver Street up on your left, that old western area. It was used in our silent westerns, but you may recognize it, though. Please remain seated, and please keep your arms and legs inside the tram. Thank you. No. I can't go. Hello? Excuse me, sir? Sir? What are you fishing out there for? There are sharks in these waters. Hello, sir? There it is. There's the shark. I don't believe it. We've been trying to catch him for some time. Wait. That's Harry! Harry! Harry, get out of the water! There's a shark! Harry! Harry, get out! There goes Harry. And he was still alive a few minutes ago, too. I don't believe it. Wait. We got some bait attached to that yellow float there in the water. Sometimes the shark comes around and... Where's that music coming from? Something's going to go on. I can feel it. Wait. He's taking the pier. Hold on. Oh, no! In the film. And if you want to see this area on television, you certainly can. This is Cabot Cove for Angela Lansbury in Murder, She Wrote. She films exterior shots in Jaws Lake every few weeks. And again, today she's in downtown LA at the Billboard Hotel. What we're going to do right now is we're going to drive to a spot called Old Molino, Mexico. I have no idea what she meant. Guess we'll find it. Now notice how real these buildings look. So many departments work together to make them look this way. Painting, props, greenery. Our research department here at Universal, they make sure that every detail is perfect. Like this language on the signs here, the greenery and whatnot. It's remarkable the type of work that can be done. I don't believe it. Look. It's only raining on the left-hand side. But what is a 50-50 chance of rain? Anyways, keep your cameras in on the hill to the left. We could be getting a flash flood any second. Can you Oh, no! Sprinklers in the trees. The flash flood is created by dumping many thousands of gallons of water to tanks up in the hill. We have sprinklers, by the way, atop all of the buildings in the backlot here for rainfall. The sprinklers are pointed in the direction facing up, though. That way when the water shoots out, it shoots up and then it falls down naturally, just like rainfall does. And again, there's nothing in these buildings at all other than lights, drapery, and emergency telephone. We're still going to continue on through Old Mexico. The area ahead of us, though, was also used recently by another studio, Orion Pictures. In Mexico, for them, Orion Pictures filmed Three Amigos, Martin Short, Chevy Chase, and Steve Martin. We let other studios use parts of our backlot all the time because most studios just aren't as fortunate as we are to have all this type of space. Here's the 6 Points, Texas area, the Western Motel. It is supposedly the oldest area of our backlot, tremendous historical value. They call this area 6 Points, Texas because there are literally 6 different western streets that all meet right here in the middle. In the silent film days, Carl Lemley, our founder, he used to film 6 different silent westerns at once. Of course, it was easy back then with no sound. Today that would be a lot more difficult, but we just don't do that too much anymore. They're not our priority. If we were, we'd bring back more dirt, greenery, and take wood and cover up any of the asphalt sidewalks. You know, when Universal was founded, we did over 200 silent westerns a year. A lot of film work. We only do about 20 films a year now. Of course, the filmmaking process is much, much more elaborate at this time. We're going to drive. And then we had actual footage shot off the coast of Australia. The film, again, won us 3 Academy Awards. You'll see the sign up there, Cabot Cove. That's again for Angela Lansbury in Murder, She Wrote. Come around the bend. On the driver's side, you'll see a lane that veers inward. That was Mockingbird Lane, but it's still Mockingbird Lane. So there now, called Colonial Street. I think you'll recognize some of the homes. Remember, nothing's in them, nothing's behind them. The first house you'll see is coming up on your left. It was the sorority house for our film National Lampoon's Animal House with the late John Belushi. You may recognize it because we use it for a lot of promotionals for Animal House as well. That's right there to your left. Now the second home on your left of the red brick foundation, that's where Jimmy Stewart lived with his invisible rabbit, Harvey. The third house with the bay store, the Munsters lived there. That was 1313 Mockingbird Lane for the Munsters. We had a fence in front of it as well. 512 to your left, the Hardy Boys house. And I know you'll recognize 211 on my side with the red brick path, the Cleaver household from Leave It to Beaver. Gee, Wally. It was also Dr. Marcus Welby's house for Marcus Welby, MD. When we used it for that, we put more brick in front. By the way, that house 211 has a lot of history. It was used many, many years ago in a film called Bedtime for Bonzo, starring Ronald Reagan. And we use the house a lot now for the new Leave It to Beaver series with Tony Dow, Bubba Billy Lee, and Jerry Mathers. That series, of course, is on the Turner Broadcasting System. We like to use this area a lot for film work. It has a nice small-town USA feeling. The big house built back in the 20s for Uncle Tom's cabin. There's also a sanitarium in Harvey. This area, by the way, has been dedicated to the late Rock Hudson. Rock Hudson worked at Universal for many, many years, especially big box office hits back in the 60s. The parking meters, lamp posts, that's all portable. Can be brought in here in a matter of a few hours. Again, it's amazing how these streets can be transformed. A lot of our guests ask questions of what we do with our tour when they're filming out here. Well, instead of looking out for flashing red lights like we do on a soundstage when they're filming, when we're driving through the back row, we will look out for people that stand by the film sets with gigantic red flags. Now, these people that have the red flags, they're not happy people. If they wave a flag, we'll stop the tram right away and wait for a signal. The greenhouse to your left is where Pamela Sue Martin lives. House number 6 with the brown doors where Deanna Durbin lives. And the last house to your left, the house with Sharon Gable. Bates Motel. If you ever saw the original Psycho with Janet Leigh, remember that famous shower scene? Get a lot of questions about that. It was only 45 seconds on film, but it literally took them 7 days to film it. Why took it so long? Well, apparently they used 75 camera angles. Standards in both parts, and believe it or not, they used Hershey's charters 4 days notice before we film out here, just so they're aware of what's happening in their backyard. To my side here, that's where the Pope's helicopters took off a few weeks ago. The Pope spent a good portion of the day here at Universal, meeting with school children from around the county at the amphitheater, and a few hours with top Hollywood executives at the Registry Hotel. To my side, by the way, was the film set for Jaws the Revenge, with Academy Award-winning actor Michael Caine. Most of the film was shot on location in the Bahamas. They spent a few weeks out here in the backlot as well. We're going to be at the peak of the wilderness area in a moment, and despite the relatively nice weather today, oh my, what in the world now? You know what? This is Avalanche area. Horrible things have happened here. Apparently, the slightest sound could cause a major avalanche. We're going to take a tunnel now. I think it'll be safer for us that way. Get the other side of the mountain. I'm going to stop talking now. So please don't make any sounds or any noises. And listen, if you feel as though you're going to fall down, just close your eyes and hang on. You think we'll be okay? I hope so. You ever heard that phrase, one good turn always deserves another? Hold on. Again, we cover over 420 acres, and we do have the honor of being the world's largest and busiest film studio today. Now, back in the entertainment center, the 5 live shows we have, if you haven't seen them all, you really should. They're interesting, and they run one after the other. They reach about 15 minutes in length. There's the Animal Actors stage, the Western...